All right, so before you go to your Harmonic scanner using this quick fire strategy, always first of all go to your Forex Factory site to check for the news for the day. All right, and from what we are seeing here, you see that AUD has been crazy from 4:30 a.m. to 4:20 a.m. GBP was high hot at 9:30. We had some USD from 1:30. USD has been very unfriendly, or it has not been smiling. Let me put it that way. Now, presently, this is the news that just happened, 7 p.m. news, and I think that is part of why the market is shaking. We are expecting the last news for the day at 7:30, so we might still see some options to make us make a trade. Now, for those of us that are on the other group where I first of all shared the glory about it, the story about a grandma, we actually took this trade yesterday. She was at my place. We took a particular trade without analysis, with no analysis at all. All right, and that trade delivered this morning. So the Harmonic scanner is almost very perfect. Okay, now these red envelopes mean that it's going to be high impact, and you see high impact expected. Okay, but that's not where we are going now. For you using this strategy, any currency pair you are seeing on the news trade, please, you might want to avoid it, especially like 2 hours and 2 hours, 2 hours before, 2 hours after. I'm just saying, sometimes it might be just, in fact, the truth is the news sometimes can make it happen, but the news can also frustrate your strategy no matter how perfect. So most times I usually don't want to trade like this USD news around this time. I wouldn't take any trade close to this pair around this time, but I can come back maybe 30 minutes later or 1 hour later to come and take this trade, any trade that is having this, just to be able to, maximize the profit. So with this being said, now we are going to go to our Harmonic scanner and look for opportunities. I want to believe that many of us know how to. Oh my God. Okay, please, I need us to mute ourselves. Don't distract my attention, please. Let everybody, let me do that for me. If you want to ask a question, I'll permit you to do that. All right, so let's move on. Now, looking at this side where I am on, you can see my cursor. These are brokers that the Harmonic scanner is using to, that is adopted by Harmonic scanner for their signals or for their patterns. Okay, now I need to do away with, I want this thing to come as naked, that we'll be able to understand everything when it's happening. Or possibly let me log out. Oh my God, don't know how happy I am. This GBP people that I'm looking at here. Let me log out and log back in. Okay. All right, so this is how your Harmonic scanner is going to start its day. We have already checked our news. Oh God, AUD card. I think we should start with this guy. Now, the strategy I want to teach us is called the quick fire strategy. The what? The quick fire. Quick, like quick fire strategy. Okay. Now, there are some conditions you need to understand using that quick fire strategy. All right. Now, you can see on this screen there's a tiny green bar where my hand is. That is your entry price, and you can see the figures, the parameters here. Our take profit are above our entry price. When your take profit are above entry price, what direction do you think that market is going? Let me get your answers fast. When your take profits are above your entry price, what do you think that direction is going for? Let's do it. We don't have time. When your take profit is above your entry price, what do you think that direction is going for? It's going for a buy. Yes, buy. I'm not saying up. We are talking about buy. All right. Now, when your take profit is below your entry price, it is a sell. Okay. Now, without wasting much time, I need to do some settings. Now, let me give us the conditions for this strategy. Let me give us the conditions from this strategy. So you might want to type or write something down. Condition 1, quick fire strategy. Condition 1 is our D candle touching or crossing the entry price line? Yes or no? All right, that's the first condition. Second condition, is our D candle, I hope somebody is jotting, we don't have time, that's why I'm rushing. Is our D candle touching or crossing any of the Bollinger Bands? Yes or no? All right. Third condition. Third condition. Um, what? Oh no. Is our D candle in the oversold region or 30 grid line? Or is it in the oversold region or that is touching or below the 30 grid line for a buy? Yes or no? I hope somebody is following. The page is getting full. I don't know how to reduce that one. Condition 4. Let me teach us 4 conditions, but I usually do 5. Condition 4. Is there a divergence? Yes or no? And also or in the overbought region is touching or above the 70 grid line for a sell. Somebody getting that? Are we following? Are we following? I want to believe you're jotting this. I'm going to wipe it off as soon as I'm done. Okay, let me see if I can save it. Are we done with that? I want to move on. Hello, 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 hello. The time is running. All right. So let me move on. Let me move on. Let me move on. I don't have enough time. No, 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 no. This one I want. Okay. Can't see it yet. What are you not seeing yet? Juliet, what are you not seeing? Are you sure you're not seeing my screen? I already posted. Man, we need to take a trade. All right. Let's use this guy as an example. I think it's making a whole lot of sense from what I'm seeing. If you are missing anything out, just be glad that I'm recording this. So we are going to have to try this out. Okay. Now, Let me use this guy as an example. Before you pick a trade, all right. Before you pick a trade, mind me, I'm getting too excited with this guy. You come here and tap on scan for 15 minutes. You say you can't see what I've been typing. Don't worry, you'll get it. Let's move on. You don't have enough time. Already you have the conditions and you're in the class the other day. Okay, so I think presently this is the trade we are taking. AUD card, 15 minutes BAT. Can you see it here? Even though it is on Hot Forex that I am checking it, but this is it on Pepperstone. Now, the same signal will show on everywhere. Okay, so let's move on. Now, the first condition is that is my D candle touching or crossing the entry price line? I'm going to show you that. Let me make it a bit big for us to see well. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with time. If there are still other technicalities I need to teach us, we'll work on that on some subsequent classes. Now look at this place well. Please, when you're using this strategy, don't assume. All right? Don't assume. So from what we are seeing here, is this D candle, this is our D candle. Is it touching or crossing the entry price line? Let me get your answers fast. Let's be fast. I believe we are smart. Is our D candle touching or crossing the entry price line? Yes or no? Madi Sokapo Shanta Yadabosia. Don't mind me, I'm in the spirit today. Touching. Let's go. So condition 1 has been met. All right. Now the condition 2 is saying that our D candle, is it touching any or crossing any of the Bollinger Bands? But we don't have Bollinger Bands on this screen. All right. We don't have Bollinger Bands here. How do we add the Bollinger Band? Now you come straight down to this young man here, this malicious young man. Click on indicators. Can you see? Then you scroll down and you see Bollinger Bands. Please don't pick the remaining Bollinger Bands. They are not a good Bollinger. I'm not saying so. Just it is. All right. Tap on these Bollinger Bands and you see something drop here. Let me delete it and show you again. Come to your indicators button. Tap, bring it down, and please, you guys should watch this side. Watch this side while I am doing this. Okay. Watch this side where my cursor is as I tap on my Bollinger Band. Can you see BB coming up on that side? Yep. So we are setting the foundation. Remember, we actually need 5 Bollinger Bands for this trade, for this strategy. So we have gotten one. Just a minute. I need us to have a good picture. All right. This is what we refer to as the upper Bollinger Bands. Let me show you. I believe you can see it clearly now. This blue line up here is the upper Bollinger Band, while the blue line below is the lower Bollinger Band, and the red line in between is called the median. I'm going to show you about that in subsequent classes, but we need to act fast from what I'm seeing here. I want us to take some benefits for coming to my class. All right. So now there's a setting for this strategy. You come at this button at the middle here. Let me show us clearly so that you won't say you didn't see. Can you see this button here where my cursor is? It's showing format. So you tap on the format to format the something. All right. Change it to 50 against 2. Then come to style. Untick this box and go back to your input and save as default. Okay, then you okay it. All right. When that is done and you're seeing all this chain that is looking like Spirogyra, tap on the screen, is going to disappear. All right. Now I said we need 5 Bollinger Bands. We have only seen 1. All right. So we're going to add 4 more. Right. Tap on your indicators and tap on Bollinger Bands 4 times. You will see at this. You will see here again that the guys will drop as I command them to drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more guys have been added. All right. Now you see that all of them are having 50 against 2, 50 against 2 because I have set it as default. I hope somebody is seeing that. Can you see 50 against 2? All true, because I have set it as what? Default. But we need to change the direction. We need to change some measurements. The first one we created is called the foundation. According to my own familiarity principle, it is the foundation, and you cannot get to fourth floor without you doing a good work on your foundation, which you have done already by making it default. So I'm coming to adjust these other guys here. Change your mode to 2.5. Remember the first one is 2. Change the next one to 2.5. Okay, you don't need to reset it as default again. Come to the next one, change it to 3. I hope you understand that mathematics. Okay, come to the fourth one, change it to what? 3.5. Okay, it again. Then the last one will be what? Let somebody answer me. The last one will be what? From that measurement, should you not do vocational aptitude in school? The last one is what? You cannot come and waste my time. Oh yeah, who is talking? 4. Thank you, Juliet. A round of applause. Okay, so we okay it. And all these balls, you don't need them, so we tap on this. Now, let's now look for our second condition if it has been met. Okay, let me show you something. Let's do this together. La 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 la. Okay. Now, this is our D candle where my cursor is, the very one directly on top of this D line. I don't know if you are seeing the tiny. Let me see if I can make it a little bit big. Can we see it? Can we see my cursor, the way it's going? Let me see if I can do a crosshair. Can we see where my tiny dotted line is? Okay, let me do it this way to help us. So you understand what I mean. Can we see the tiny line I dropped on the D candle? Yeah. I just made it a little big. Though we are still going to need this on our way down. So let's just leave it there. Now I have placed my line on my D candle. Let me come and place it on the other sides, because we will still need it as we move on. I place it here too. I'm trying to catch up with time anyway. So you come to your, okay, let me not go to X yet. So let's come back to our condition 2. We have had our condition 1 met. Okay, let me zoom this page because you don't have to assume anything in this structure. Can we see our D candle? It has touched the green button. Is it touching any of the Bollinger Bands? Yes or no? Fast, yes or no? Is our D candle touching any of the Bollinger Bands? Yes or no? Is it touching any of the Bollinger Bands? Yes or no? So condition 2 has been met. All right. Now let's look for condition 3. Condition 3 says that on our RSI is our our D candle on overbought or oversold. Now, if this market is originally a, let me see, it's originally a buy market, you are expecting that your RSI should show that the thing has been oversold. That means it has to be down here for oversold. All right, this is my RSI, but the default setting for RSI is not 14, sir. For this strategy, the default setting for RSI is not 14, it is going to be 7. Oh wow, I'm getting some good news somewhere. All right, so we change it to 7 and save that as default too. The essence of saving as default is that you are still going to check for several other currencies. You don't need to repeat this process again. That's the meaning of setting it as default. Now, my D candle, I drew the line straight down so that I will be able to use it when we get here. Can you see this grid line is the 30 grid line? All right, this grid line is the 30 grid line, while this other grid line is the 70 grid line. I hope somebody is seeing that. Are we seeing that? Are we seeing that? We don't have enough time. All right, so now my D candle on the RSI, is it oversold or not? Is it oversold or not? Who is helping us out? Oh yeah. I just mentioned it that if you are looking at a buy market, you expect that your RSI will be telling you that that particular currency pair has been oversold for you to start buying. Now I'm asking, with where my cursor is this candle already oversold? Yes or no? How did you know it is already oversold? Look at this place here. Can we see these figures changing? Can we see these figures changing? All right. Now, come back to where your D candle is and trace it down. What is the figure up there that we are seeing? What figure are we seeing? This meeting is going to time out in 20 minutes. I mean 10 minutes. When it does, let's come back in. Now, what figures are we seeing here when I move my cursor back to my D candle line? What figure are we seeing? Who is answering? Who is answering? Hello? I am seeing 20.0204. Look at this guy. This is what I need you to look at. No, 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 my brother. No. This place, by the time I move my cursor to my D candle, what are you seeing? 20.0204. That is what you're seeing. So it is below our 30 grid line. All right. It is below our 30 grid line. So condition 3 has been met. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Condition 3 has been met. Now, the last condition is this. Is there a divergence? Normally, I use stochastic added to what I do, but because this class is short and I want to see if I can catch up, not catch up. I want to see if I can catch up with time, and that's why I'm a little bit in a rush. Okay, so now to get a divergence, let's look at this line. Guys, look at this line where my cursor is. The line is carrying a figure 0.95 and it continues from X to point D. All right, it continues from X to point D. Okay, and you see this line, is it moving upwards or downwards? The direction of this line, blue line, is it upwards or downwards? Who is helping us? Is it upwards or downwards? That line from X to D, is it going upwards or downward? It's going upward. Thank you, Daniel. That's fast. All right, so let's move on. I just want to be sure everybody is following. Now we are going to come to our RSI base, okay, to now connect the RSI of X candle to the RSI of D candle and see if they are going to follow the opposite direction of what our price action chart is saying. That is how to know if there's a divergence. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Give me a minute. I want to make it a bit big. This is a point where you must not assume, and please don't force your eye to create a divergence. Do not force your eye to create a divergence, I beg. All right. Now this is our DX candle here. I'm going to draw a line to touch vertically our X candle, and I'll also trace it down to our RSI portfolio. Okay. Now with that being done, let's now look at something. I want to be sure of what I'm saying, man. This line is something else. Okay, so we want to look at the points where the D candle actually touched our RSI. I think it's at the top side here. Now what I will now do is, okay, let me expand it a little. So I'll be very sure. Okay, thank God we expanded, because I don't want to assume anything. I don't want to assume. Now it's looking like our X candle touched around here, somewhere around here from what I'm seeing. But let me still kind of enlarge it a little more. I hope I'm still having, okay, I still have 6 minutes more, because we don't have to guess here. I still want to see it more clearly. You can see how long it's taking me to get my confirmation. See how long, and I'm paying due diligence to that. Now, are we seeing it more clearly? It's touching around the base here. So I'll come back to here and click on this small arrow here to pick a trend line up here and come to this point where it is actually touching my line, drop it there. Okay, and I will drag it. Just a minute. Can we see my line that I'm dragging? Now let me reduce this guy so that now we can now get a good picture. Okay. Uh, just a minute, guys. Okay. So we want to connect these guys together now. All right. Now let me come back to my guy. I want it to link up with where my D candle touched. I think I have to zoom it here too to be very sure. Okay, so it touched around here. All right, now let us judge. Is there a divergence? Screen is blank. Why should screen be blank? Let it not be blank. Oh, it's your network. Oh, because I'm also using my phone here and I'm monitoring. It's not blank. Okay, so if our X to D line here is going upwards, our X to D on RSI is also going upwards. There is no divergence here, yes or no? Remember I said that the condition for us to have a divergence is if the two lines on the price action chart and on your RSI are going in opposite tangents. All right, now can we see it here? Just a minute. This guy is going up, this guy is going almost in the same direction with it. Is there a divergence? Guys, we have a short time. Is there a divergence? Is there a divergence? Hello? There is no divergence, yeah. But coming back to our condition 1 was met, yes or no? Condition 2 was met, yes or no? Condition 3 was met, yes or no? But our condition 4 was not met. All right? Our condition 4 was not met, so we have 3/4 for a BAT pattern, and obviously there's no news on AUD or CAD. Are you getting it now? Now, after we have done this, for any condition except for shark pattern, this is a BAT, except for shark pattern, look at this, except for shark patterns. Can we see shark? Except for shark patterns, you can still go do well with a 3/4 condition. You can still do well with a 3/4. All right. Now, what you do is to do an instant execution for that direction that the market has called. Instant execution. All right. Because it has already activated by touching the entry price. You do an instant execution and you take nothing less than 10 pips. Nothing less than 10 pips. You don't need to follow the take profit that is here for this strategy. Just take 10 pips in that market. It will definitely deliver it. Now, what I do is that I can take it in 3 positions of that trade, considering my account balance. All right, I can take this AUD card in 3 positions, and I will set my take profit for 13 pips each because I usually give room for the brokers to charge for their spread and commissions. All right, so we have come to the end of this class for now. Subsequent trainings, I'll be having a training at Triple Cross tomorrow by 10 a.m. I'm willing to take this class again, and for those that come early, you're not going to just come early for nothing. You're going to get free Wi-Fi to chat, as in to connect. You're going to get free Wi-Fi. Secondly, you're going to make money leaving that class tomorrow. Okay, you're going to make money leaving that class tomorrow. So as I end this call now, go on your MetaTrader 4. Please, let's do it on demo for tonight. Let's do it on demo for tonight. I usually don't set a stop loss for this strategy. But if you want to put a stop loss, you can use 20 pips. All right, you can use 20 pips from your entry price. So please, let's go on our demo accounts, please. On our demo account, and take instant execution for a buy of AUD CAD and take it in 3 positions, please. 3 positions of AUD CAD, all right, and take 13 pips each. Let's do that as this meeting times out. And please, every one of you must give me your report as soon as this thing delivers, whether tonight or tomorrow morning. So I want to appreciate every one of us for being on this class and for taking this training serious. I remain your famous Femolicious converted to Femo dollars. All right. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity to be a guide, and I believe that we are going to all make success all through. So let's come back on Zoom and let's go to our WhatsApp chats and tell people that you enjoyed this class. Let them know what they missed. Go on your group chats and tell them that you were in a class with Revolutions and you gained a lot. Then tomorrow we'll show them our results. All right, let's do that. Thank you very much, guys, for coming up. Mr. Fela, you're welcome. Let's do it. Let's make success. Let's make success. All right, have a good night, everyone.